Hi guys, Charli here coming at you from Sandringham today in the rain. I haven't had time to do a question of the week for the last couple of weeks because I've had my freedom program going, which has been brilliant group of women starting the exploration into finding freedom from habits and anxiety, which has been amazing. And what with one thing or another, I just haven't had the time. And because I've got the time now whilst I'm walking, it means I don't have my jingle. I don't have my jingle by Sandra because I'm not on my computer. So if you can remember the jingle, then you can sing it now. Anyway, I haven't even had a proper question this week. I've had kind of several, but I wanted to just talk to something that's really come up for me in my groups over the last couple of weeks, which is the secrecy. There's a couple of things really. The first thing is, I don't know how to say this. A lot of people have spoken to me about secret behaviour, secret eating, secret drinking, secret shopping, secret binging, secret vomiting. And whenever anyone's spoken to me about this thing that they're doing that they have a lot of shame around, I feel absolutely honoured that they would trust me with that. But what they're feeling ultimately is shame and guilt and a real sense of being alone in something which causes them a lot of internal pain. And I hear this so often, and I hear the pain in the women's voices as they're talking about something which causes them pain and shame. And of course, what I do in sessions, what I hope to be able to do, is just shine a light on those parts of us that we feel shame around. Because the other thing that I've been hearing in my groups and in my sessions with women is just how broken they believe they are and how alone they think they are in their brokenness. So I wanted to just talk to the secrecy part because I think it all ties in actually. When we feel alone in our problems, when we feel like we're the only one who's got this secret behaviour, when we feel like we have to hide this behaviour or control this behaviour somehow, and we feel compelled to do whatever it is we're doing. It doesn't matter to me what you're doing, because ultimately your brain is finding a solution to lots of thinking. So whatever it is you're going through, whether it be pain or guilt or heaviness or anxiety or grief even, we all have a way that we manage those symptoms. And I used to do loads and loads of different things, as I've spoken about many times before, so I won't go into that again here. But the secret part, the doing it behind everyone's back, is coming from a lower brain that's demanding that you do the behaviour, but because we have guilt and shame over it, and we feel dirty and we feel alone and we feel disgusting and we feel, there's many other words I've heard just this week alone to describe certain behaviours, we feel compelled to do it, but because we feel all these awful things about it, we hide it. We are secretive about it. And so there's sort of a lot of squirreling away of evidence, hiding evidence in bins and, if I could tell you how many people just in the last 2 weeks alone have told me about something secretive, you would absolutely know if it's something that you deal with or experience in your life. I can promise you you're not alone. I can promise you that there's nothing wrong with you. I can guarantee you that it's a sign of your mental wellness in my world. It's a sign to me that your lower brain is working perfectly. But because we feel alone and we feel guilt and we feel shame and we feel remorse and we feel regret and we feel very, very deeply that there's something wrong with us, we continue to do the behaviour. Because always, 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 there's going to be a settling, even if it's for a moment, out of this heaviness, out of this shame, out of this guilt. And then, of course, when we do the behaviour, we start having the heavy thinking again, so it's almost like it's on a loop. So one of the things that I used to do secretly, one of the things that I used to do secretly was pick my face. And so people just used to think I had bad skin, or I would say I had bad skin. And one of the things that people used to say to me, and this only started after the accident, so I had apparently good skin before the accident, before my brother's accident, and bad skin after my brother's accident. And people would comment on before and after, but those people that knew me a bit later on would always say things like, oh, your skin's looking better. Which to me was just like, oh my God, it's really obvious. So it's like, oh my God, people can see how bad my skin is, which would of course make me go to it even more and pick. It's a type of kind of body dysmorphia where I would see bad skin all the time and pick it. And then when I was stressed, I'd pick it even more. I'd literally go to a mirror, get some tweezers. I'm going to tell you something disgusting. I hope you can take it, turn away if you don't want to hear. I'd get some tweezers and I'd dig holes in my skin. And so I'd be covered in blood often. And I was really secretive about it. I didn't tell anyone that I was doing this. It was a shameful, as I said, one of the things that I used to do. But we've all got a way of coping, whether that be self-harm in some form. It's called self-harm in kind of, current psychiatry, psychology, but I just see that as self-soothing or a way of settling down. It's a coping strategy, it's a solution. It's not sabotaging. We're always trying to find peace of mind in some form. We're trying to find peace. We're trying to find connection. We're trying to find love. So I just want you to know if that's something that you experience, that I can definitely help. Come into my community, my free community on Facebook, which I'll link to. She Finds Freedom from Habits, Self-Loathing and Anxiety, which you can find if you Google that in the Facebook search engine. I have these videos on Instagram. If you're interested in more about my story, I was interviewed last night for a brilliant podcast called Remap Your Life, which is on YouTube and Instagram, IGTV, if you go to Anne-Marie Pearman. And various other ways, but I'm also running a retreat in West Lexham next month in November. If you just happen to have a few days spare and you want to come into deep Norfolk to a beautiful, beautiful natural location that means healing, place of healing, West Lexham. It's on the Earth's ley lines. It's absolutely phenomenal, and I'll be doing coaching and yoga, yin yoga, and my sister will be there as the massage therapist, and you'll just have time to reconnect and be with yourself. So if you're interested in that, give me a shout, send me a message. But anyway, I speak about all this and more in my circle community and my programs, but I hope this has helped you feel less alone. I've honestly heard the secret, whatever it is, behaviour, is so common, and it's in our isolation, it's in our shame that keeps us isolated and disconnected from other women and telling the truth. And I can tell you, me too, that's what I used to do, and I don't do it anymore. I feel very blessed. Most days. So if I can help, let me know. It's been lovely actually doing this and walking. I might do this more. I'm at 10 minutes, so I will upload this to Facebook, YouTube and Instagram, and I will talk to you very soon. Have a great weekend. Mwah. Lots of love.